This conference will now be recorded.
Please type it as yes if you have understood with this concept. If you want me to repeat it, I'll repeat it once again. So whenever you are going to create any tally data, so it should be saved in the local drive of the system. And in that local drive of the system, there will be one particular folder. So inside that folder, when you are going to give this path, so when you are going to copy this path and you are going to give it inside the tally, the tally itself, it will take its own path in the local drive of the system. So in whichever the drive you have been installed the tally, it will take. Okay, but still if you want to get confirmed, so in which drive it has been saved, whatever the tally data you are going to create it in tally, where it is going to get saved, if you want to know means, so you can be able to go to the tally and you go to create company screen. There on the company data path, whatever the path is there, so on this path the tally data it will be saved. Okay, you can copy this by Control C and you can go to Windows R and paste this by pressing Ctrl V. Click on OK. Tally data folder will get opened. So inside this tally data folder, there should be a folder with the 5-digit numbers. So that is the indication of that it is an identification of a tally type of data. Then once you go inside this folder, if it is empty, then it will not work in tally. If it is with 5-digit numbers, sorry, if it is containing with .900 and .tsf files, yes, these are the files is required. But if there are only few files and if you are able to open it means, because these are the minimum 5 files are required to get opened in tally. So these are the files which will contain all the related data. So that is like company.900, it will contain all the information about the company creation screen. CMP save is a backup file for company.900. Manager.900 will contain all the master's information. Then link manager.900, it will contain all the links between the transactions and the reports. Then tran mgr.900 will contain all the transactions information. So these are the minimum 5 files should be saved in a company data folder. Then only it is going to get shown in the list of companies inside the tally. Okay, hope you people were able to understand with this. So this is a little bit of technical part, but still having a knowledge will help you out in the future. Okay, so let me come back to the tally. So what is the shortcut key to go back to the previous screen or to come out of the screen? So please make a note of important shortcut keys. So escape key, if you press, it will take you out of the screen in whichever the screen you are there without saving any changes made in existing screen. So if you press escape, whatever you have been written with in that screen, it will not accept it. So it will go out of that screen and the data it will be erased, which will not be saved. Okay, there is no automatic save. So if you write anything and if you want to accept the screen at one shot, I think yesterday I've said this shortcut key, but still I'll repeat it. So Control A. So Control A is to access the screen at one shot. So to move Next option, either press enter key or use arrow keys. So in case if you want to move previous option, either use backspace key or use the arrow keys. Can anyone remember when you are using any shortcut keys, if you found with shortcut key with single underline, what is the key combination? Very good. So if it is a single underline, it is alt key. If it is double underline, very good, it's control key. Okay, so now let's come back. So now tell me, what is the shortcut key to use it to go out of the screen? Very good, we will use with escape key. Fine. So this is the first screen what you are going to get it. Okay. So I'll just close this tally and I will try to reopen the tally. So when I double click and I'll try to open, it is going to show in the similar way. So I'll go to educational mode. So as soon as I go to educational mode, I'm supposed to get a list of companies where it is asking me to log into particular company. So always it's a default behavior that it will allow you to open one particular company. But my requirement is not to enter to this company and work on it. Okay. So my company, it was this company, that is MCC Consulting Company, where I want to work on this company. Either I can be able to make it that particularly this company has to be opened always automatically, okay, or I can be able to restrict no company to get opened automatically. I should be able to get a list of companies like this and I should be able to open the company manually. So how do I do that? How I can be able to stop getting opened of that particular company? How I can be able to make this company to get opened automatically, or I have to disable that option so that I have to get a list of companies like this and I have to open it manually. So how to do that means, so I'm supposed to go for option data. Can anyone let me know what is the shortcut key to use the data option? What is the shortcut key to open with data? Very good. Alt Y. So here I am supposed to use with data path. Sorry, this is the location where the data has to be saved. I'm sorry to say. Now the requirement is how to remove that particular company by not getting opened automatically. So we should not go for data option. We are supposed to go for F1 help option. So press F1, then go to the settings option. So here go to the startup. I'll repeat it once again. From the list of companies, go to the F1 help option, settings, go to the startup option. So here you'll be able to see an option called load companies on startup. So you can make this option as no, but it is always better to make it as no. Before making it as no, you should make it companies to load. So you have to go to this option and press enter. You'll get a list of all the companies. You can be able to select that particular company which you want to keep it always opened automatically. So if I select it instead of this company, if I select it MCC Consulting Company, so always whenever I open the tally, this company will get opened automatically. So if you want, I can just show with this. I'll just accept it and I'll keep load companies on startup as yes. So now I'll accept it, and the shortcut key to shut tally is Control Q. So if I use Control Q, so the tally will get shut down at one shot. So let me open the tally and check it out whether my MCC Consulting company is getting opened automatically or not. Yes. So when I open with the tally, instead of showing me the list of companies, you can be able to see that this company has been opened automatically. Okay. So it is not showing the list of companies. So this kind of a feature you can be use it when you are regularly working on that particular company. So you can be able to keep it always open, directly get open instead of giving me for the list of companies. So in case if you want to shut down this company, I'm not asking to shut down the tally, I'm asking to shut down the company. The shut down the company shortcut key is, so need to press Control F3. So press Control F3. You'll be asked to select the company which you want to shut it. Press enter. The companies get shut. Now If I don't want to keep any company to get opened automatically, so we should go to F1 help, settings, startup, make sure that companies load. Instead of selecting any company, directly you select it as end of list. So it will be shown as 0 selected, and make sure that load companies on startup is going to be set as no, and accept the screen by pressing Ctrl A. So now if I'm going to shed the tally, and if I open the tally, it will not get opened with any company, it will show with the list of companies. So you can be able to see the list of companies will be shown instead of keeping open any particular company. Okay, so now let's select the company on which we want to work. So this is the first screen, that is the gateway of Tariq. Now, before starting with the concept, let's see how to alter this company. So go to the Alt K company option. You can go to the alter option. So you can be able to see in any screen you are there in Tally, on the top left hand side on the corner, it will be shown with which type of screen you have been kept open. Okay, so this is going to be the company, the screen name. So you are there into that particular screen. Okay, so you are going to just add some information if you want to add it, and accept the screen by pressing Ctrl A, so that whatever the changes you have been made it in that screen, it is going to get saved. Okay, so if you go to the Alt K option or company option, you'll be able to see to create a company, to alter the company, then shut the company is Control F3. In case if you want to open another company, when you have kept open one company and you think that you want to work on any other company at the same time, in that case you can press Alt F3, so that you will be able to get a list of company, and you can be able to select another company to keep open. So select that company and press enter. So you can be able to see on the left hand side there will be two companies are opened, and you cannot work at the same time. You can be able to open the companies, you can change it from one company to another company. So presently whatever you are going to work, so those information it will get saved in the company name demo. So that means under the name of company, whatever the name is there, so in that company only the data it is going to get saved. So if you want to shift it to the other company which you have kept opened, in that case you can press F3, and you'll get only list of company which is kept open. If you press F3, only the companies opened it will list out. If you press Alt F3, it will show all the companies what you have been created with. So that is the select company list. Okay, so now I can be able to select this company, and I can be able to shut that company by pressing Ctrl F3. This company I do not want to keep it open, so I'll select that company and press enter. So the company will be shut down. Hope everyone were able to find this shortcut keys. So try to implement it. So whenever you are practicing it, so try to use as many as possible with shortcut keys only. Okay, so the next thing is, once you have been created a company, when you're inside a company, the first screen is called as the gateway of Tally. So this is divided into two parts. So on the left hand side, it is going to show what is the current period, what is the current date. Current period is the duration, that is for which duration you want to uh, record your transactions, check the reports. So that period you can be able to give it over here. So what is the shortcut key to change the period? So that is F2, sorry, Alt F2. So if you press Alt F2, you are going to be allowed to change the duration, for which duration, from and to date. So you can change it. By default, it will be taken with one financial year date. So that is from 1/4/2022, 31st March 2021. So by default it is. In case if you want to do it, you want to pass the transaction only for the particular period. So you can select it, you can enter the date from and to date and accept it. The same date it is going to take it. So for example, I'll take it Alt F2 from 1/4/2022, 31st May 2020. So if I want to pass the transaction and check the report only for this period, so I can be able to give that period. Okay. The next thing is current date. So you can be able to change the date. So you are passing a transaction on everyday basis. In that case, you are supposed to change the date. What is the shortcut key to change only the date? Means this F2. So for period changing, Alt F2. For changing only the date is F2. Okay, so you can be able to change it. So this F2 and Alt F2 will be used in while passing the transactions or while checking the report. So the shortcut key will remain the same in this date related options. Whereas the shortcut keys for other types of shortcut keys will change from screen to screen. So you should be able to see on the right hand side, very last of the screen, you can be able to see there is a shortcut key panel. So based on that screen, particular screen, the shortcut keys it is going to get changed. So for example, this is we are there in the gateway of Tally. The shortcut key on the right hand side, it shows only F2 data and F3 company. So if I go to any other report or any other screen in the Tally, you can see the shortcut keys, how many are there. And these shortcut keys will not remain the same for every screen in Tally. It will be keep on changing based on the screen what you have kept opened. So you can see the shortcut keys changing from screen to screen. Okay, so always try to find your solutions for your requirement in the same Tally screen itself. So either you can find the solution in the shortcut keys, or you may press F12 in that same screen. So you will be able to find the relevant options. So it may solve your problem. So if shortcut keys and F12 options are not having that relevant option what you're looking for, then you can be able to try it out with the shortcut key called F11, which is consisting of company features. So you can be able to enable the required option if it is available in this F11 features. So almost of the options relevant to accounts, inventory, taxations. So it will be almost it will be there either in three part. Either it will be there as a shortcut key, either it will be as a configuration settings as a F12, or it will be available in the F11 company feature screen. Okay, so you can be able to find the same in any of these three ways. Fine. So these are the tips I can be able to say it. So where you can be able to solve your requirements, you can find your requirements in Tally on your own screens. Okay, so no need to go out of the Tally and find it for the same. The next thing is, what are the options you have it in the gateway of Tally? So you have the options like masters over here. So under the masters, you have option as create alter. That means, so if you want to create, if you want to pass any transactions, so it is mandatory to create the masters. So when you pass the transactions, so it is mandatory to create with the masters, then only you can be able to create a transactions. So it will not just, you can write it over there manually. Okay, what should be debited, what should be credited, you are not going to be writing it manually. You are supposed to create it as a masters. So what are the things are coming under the masters? You can see with us. So let's go for create. So here you'll be able to see that related to accounting masters, inventory masters, and statutory masters. So statutory is nothing but the information which we are going to get it from the government, or we are supposed to enter with government related information. So that is nothing but taxation details, statutory and taxation details. Okay. So now what all the things comes under the accounting masters? So it is there as group, ledger, currency, and voucher type. So group means it is an accounting heads. Okay. So what are these accounting heads? So can anyone let me know that what are the important accountings, accounting heads when you are going to maintaining a books of accounts? So there are 5 important accounting types. That is, it could be any business. So these are the 5 important accounting types. Okay. So these are called as a accounting group. So the accounting heads. Under each of this only we are going to create the respective ledger masters. Hope you people have understood with this. So when we are doing with the transactions, when we create with this relevant masters, you can be able to understand a little bit more on this. Okay, so it's the same thing what you have been learned from your PU to till here. So the same thing we are going to implement it in the Tally. There is nothing out of accounts. Okay, so these are the accounting heads. So these are the main primary heads. There are something which are a sub accounting heads. So what are those? We will see it over here. So let's go to the accounting masters group. So here it is asking you to create a group. Okay, so now if you want to create any group means, so first you should be able to find it whether all this accounting heads are already available or not in Tally. So because it is already taken as under capital account, so that means there are some accounting heads which are already created, whether it is my required accounting types, accounting heads are there or not. If I want to get confirmed, so let me come to the gateway of Tally. So by pressing escape, you can come to the gateway of Tally, go to the masters alter. So when you go to the alter, it will list out all those things which are already created. So let me go to the group. Here you can be able to find it, the list of things which has already been created. Okay, so these are all the accounting heads. What you are going to see it whenever you prepare with any financial statements. Either it may be related to trading account or income or expense account or profit and loss account and balance sheet. So what all the accounting gets to be entered in the respective financial statements. So all the relevant accounting gets it's been created. So that means Tally has already predefined the relevant accounting heads. So please have a look on the list and let me know, is there anything we have to create it related to the accounting heads. So do not get confused with the accounting heads and the ledgers. So here it is only the accounting heads what we are going to see it. Okay. So there are 28 default accounting groups. In Tally, when you create a new company, so by defaultly, there will be created with 28 default accounting groups. So you have to create the respective ledger masters under this respective accounting heads. Okay, so let me take you to the ledgers. So is there any default ledgers created in Tally? Like how we have 28 groups created, similarly, do we have anything related to the ledgers? So let's check it out in the ledger. So there are two predefined ledgers. So these are important for your exam questions. Two predefined ledgers. So which are those means? Cash in hand and profit and loss account. So these are the two predefined ledgers which is already created in Tally. There are 28 accounting groups and two predefined ledgers masters. Okay, so apart from this, we can be able to create as many groups you wanted, as many ledgers you wanted. Okay, so then one more thing is it is mandatory to create a ledger there should be selection of relevant group. It is mandatory to select the ledgers to pass any transactions. Okay, so let's see what are those. Okay, so now I'll give you few transactions. Try to journalize the transactions. So tell me how to pass the transaction for the same. What should be debited, what should be credited over here? Can anyone try this? Or shall I select the person to give the answer? So choice is yours. Even the answer is wrong, it's okay, but please participate. Okay, debit cash and credit capital account. Very good. So these are the ledger masters what we are going to use it in the transaction. So cash account and capital account. Very good, Shobhika. Thank you so much. So how to create with this? So out of these two ledgers, already the cash ledger it has been created. Okay, it is already available. So now you are supposed to create another ledger. So that is capital account. Either you can be able to create it from here itself by going to the create option, or you can be able to go to the masters create and go to the group or ledger. So here whether we are supposed to create a group or ledger, very good. So we are going to create a ledger. So let me take it as the ledger name as business capital. So this is not mandatory that you should use a specific word. So, but it should be relevant to the subject. So you can be able to create it in any names as per your understanding. So I'll be giving it as business capital account under the capital account. This under it is nothing but the accounting group, accounting head. So it is mandatory every ledger to be selected with relevant accounting group. Okay, so it should be selected under the capital account. So I'll just accept the screen by pressing Control A. Fine. So the next thing is uh, Okay. So what could be the entry for this? Yeah, good Sahana, but still there should be a changes. Yeah, that's good, Asha and Janvi. So it is bank account data to cash account. Okay. So out of these two ledgers, we are supposed to create one ledger. One is cash is already available. So the other one is bank account ledger. So let me create with the bank account ledger, and please help me out what to be taken as a group for this SDFC bank account. You can see the list of accounting groups on the right hand side. Good. So it should be selected with bank account. So there it will be asking you with the account number which has been provided with the bank account or the bank people. So you can be able to enter the same details right now, or you can enter it later on also. I'll just accept it without entering all those details, just as a ledger name, and I've been selected with relevant accounting group. That's very good. So let me give some more transactions. So try to solve this. Then we have a look on transaction once again and let me know. Chandana and Shobika also have a look on the transaction and let me know. So if Janvi, Chandana or Shobika, if they are going to stick with your own answers, yes, this is the right one. You can type it as right. So if anyone has any doubt on what could be the transaction, you can change it and you can give me the answer. Or you're sticking with your answer, please type it as right. No, it's correct, Janvi. So commission account, it is an income. So as per the nominal account, it says that debit all expenses, credit all the income. So since we are receiving a commission, it's an income to the company, so it will be credited with. And you are receiving it through the bank. So you are going to be the bank is going to be the receiver, or it is going to be like debit what comes in. Okay. So it is correct, Janvi. So Chandana and Shobika, please have a look on that. Okay. So in this case, I have to create one more ledger that is called as a commission receipt. So thank you for the responses. Sorry for the inconvenience. Fine. So we are going to create with the ledger called commission receipt, which should be created under indirect expenses, or sorry, indirect incomes. So let me keep it type of ledger as not applicable. So I'll be teaching you how, in what situation we are going to use the type of ledger, and there is no applicability of GST as of now. We are going to keep it as not applicable. So we have to press spacebar to get a list. Okay. So we are going to accept the screen. So for this transaction, we have seen with there was two new ledgers was required. So whether the bank account in this entry, whether we should take Axis Bank account or should we take it as a HDFC Bank account? See, my business bank account is HDFC Bank. So I'm receiving a check from Axis Bank. So whether the bank account is relevant to Axis Bank or is it going to be the HDFC Bank? Hope you people are able to hear me. So in this transaction, whether we are supposed to take it with Axis Bank or HDFC Bank. So Sun Yojana says Axis Bank. So Janvi says HDFC Bank. Shobika HDFC. Still, I'm expecting the people to get good. Chandana is HDFC. Tanya HDFC. Okay, so let me not drag it. So it is to be taken as HDFC Bank. So why not Axis Bank? So that means, see, we are going to receive a check from Axis Bank. Fine. Whether we are supposed to have an account in Axis Bank to draw the money from the Axis Bank account? No. So if you are going to have your bank account, in this bank account, you can be able to drop any bank's check. So HDFC will not ignore that and say that they are going to receive only the HDFC Bank related checks or any transactions. So it will accept with all the banks. Okay. So your HDFC Bank account is a business bank account. So whatever the transaction has happened in the business, so it will reflect the balance only in the HDFC Bank. So we are not going to create Axis Bank. If you create Axis Bank, so the balance will remain there and it will not affect your HDFC Bank account. So which is wrong. Okay. So whenever you are receiving a check of any bank, you are going to drop it into your HDFC Bank account only, and the balance will reflect only in the HDFC Bank balance. Okay. So when you are going to make a payment, so it will be through your bank only. If you are making a payment through the any bank instrument like check, DD, or NEFT or anything, so these are all called as the instruments of bank transactions. So if you're doing anything payment, the amount has been given by the company. So in that case, also the bank account, it will be taken as a SDFC only. Okay. So let me see with the next transactions. So let me know what is the entry for the same. Rent account to cash account. Very good. Okay. So now for this, yeah. So there is a confusion with the people that whether to be taken as a cash or bank account. So when you are going to have a transaction information. In that transaction information, if there is no word with related to cash and there is no word related to bank, then it is understood it is a cash transactions only. But when it is very much specification with particular bank, so you have been issued with any check or you have been issued anything through the bank. So either it may be through DD or it may be through check. So for both the instrument, you have a identification number. That is, for if you are issuing a check, there will be a check number. For DD also, there will be a DD number. So if you are transacted through the online net banking transactions like NEFT, RTGS, so for that there will be some transactions ID, or you are doing any digital payment also, there will be some reference number will be provided. So and also it will be said that through which bank it has been done. If there is any information related to bank, then you are supposed to take it as bank account. Okay, so do not take it as a generally as a bank account. So when there is specific with any bank information in the transaction details, then you are supposed to take the bank account. Otherwise you can take it as a cash account. Okay, hope Bhavyata was able to understand with this. Fine. So now, as per our transaction, we will be able to, we are supposed to create with rent account ledger. So let me create it under indirect expenses. Okay. So now, let me take only these four types of transactions and try to pass the transactions in Tally. So here, the transactions are nothing but vouchers. So there are 22 default voucher types in Tally. 22 default voucher types which we regularly use it. In case if you are using with payroll concept, so there are two more voucher types related to the payroll. Okay, so out of this 22 voucher types, so it has been divided into four parts. So in that, 8 are accounting, 8 are inventory voucher types, 4 are order voucher types, and 2 are non-reflecting accounting voucher. So let's see which are those 8 accounting voucher types. So accounting vouchers are contra, so these are the 8 voucher types. So that is contra, receipt, payment, journal, purchase, sales, debit note, and credit note. So these are the voucher types which are related to accounting. Okay. So when do we use this particular voucher types, in what situations? Okay, so when you are going to say contra, so contra will be used for the purpose of so contra used only when the transactions related to bank and cash ledgers. So in what all the situations you are going to use only the bank ledger and cash ledgers. So please give me a minute of time. So thank you for being online. Okay, so which are the situations where you are going to use with the contra transactions means? So if there is a cash deposit and cash withdrawal from bank and transfer of money from one bank to another bank. So these are the situations where we are going to use with the contra transactions. So here it will be bank to cash to bank account, or bank to bank account. So in this case, we are going to use with the contra transactions. So the next thing is receipt. So when do we use a receipt? So when there is a receipt of money through cash or bank for the purpose of income received or receivable from party which was in due, which was due in the sales. So you might have done the sales, so the party was supposed to pay, So that amount, if you are receiving it, so then you are supposed to pass a receipt. Or if you are receiving the income, then you are supposed to pass with the receipt entry. So the next part is payment. So the next one is payment. Payment is used when there is a payment of money through cash or bank or the purpose of expenses paid. So that is like if you have paid any type of expenses, so you'll be passing it through the payment entry, or you are paying any amount for the person from whom you have purchased, so which is payable to them. If you have taken anything and you're paying them, then in that cases you are going to use with payment entry. So the next entry will be on journal, is used as a adjust, adjustment entry, which will be passed at the end of periods. So if there is any accounting adjustment has to be done, so for that particular period, then you are supposed to pass it through journal entry, and journal is non-cash entry. So that means we are not going to use a journal transaction for cash adjustment. It is only for the accounting adjustment. Okay, so we are supposed to pass it journal only for non-cash, not for cash. Above three, that is contra receipt payment. So in this, it is going to be either through cash or bank. So the next entry will be, you know that what will be purchase. So when do we pass the purchase? When there is purchase of goods or services on cash or credit basis. Same way, sales is when there is a sales of goods or services on cash or credit basis. So the next voucher type is debit note. So debit note will be passed for return on purchase, that is purchase returns against the purchases made. And similarly to this, credit note will be passed for return on sales, that is sales returns against the sales. So these are the 8 transactions which we are going to do it on the accounting part. Okay, so now let me know that we have been discussed on 4 transaction types. Okay, so which transaction type to be used for each of this? So the first transaction, it was related to starting a business with rupees 10 lakh. So please tell me which voucher type I should use it to pass this transaction. Out of these 8 voucher types, which voucher type I should use it? Try to guess it, even though if it is wrong, it's okay. But still, I request you people to try with that. Okay, so let me give that answer. So the first answer, it will be receipt, because we are receiving the money to the business. So we are going to pass the receipt entry. So let's go to the gateway of Tally, vouchers. Then you can be able to see the shortcut keys on the right hand side. So what is the shortcut key for the receipt? Very good. So we are going to press F6 for the receipt transactions. So here, whenever you're passing any transactions, so you can be able to pass the transactions in multiple modes. So to check it out, we are there in which mode? So we can be able to click on the Control H. So there is a 2 underlines under this H. So it is Control H, that is change mode option. So when I go to this change mode option, so here it says that it is there in which particular mode. So now it is there in the single entry mode. So you can also pass the transaction in double entry mode. So you can just have a look on the screen how it looks like and what are the options where the cursor is started with in the single entry mode. And suppose if I change it to double entry mode, so what is the screen you are getting? Can anyone try to find it? What is the difference between the single entry mode and the double entry mode? One common difference what you are going to get it in single entry mode and double entry mode. Okay, two and buy options is there. I think Joyce has been trying in the system. So that's very good. Actually, we were supposed to get it as a debit credit option instead of to and buy. Okay, so now here on my screen it is showing as credit and debit option, but your screen it shows with to or buy. That's no problem. So you can be able to change it from to and buy to debit and credit option by going to the F12 option. Press F12, Joyce. Sorry if if I have pronounced your name wrongly. Okay, so you can press F12 and you can see the very first option under the general details. It is said as use credit or debit instead of to and buy during voucher entry. So I think this option it is no with you. Make it as yes and accept the screen by pressing Control A so that you will be able to see with credit and debit option. Joyce, did you get it? Very good. So the screen, what you are going to get it in the single entry mode and the double entry mode. So as you said that it is debit and credit option in double entry mode, whereas in the single entry mode, you will not get it as a debit and credit. So when do we use the debit credit option or double entry mode and single entry mode means it is up to the person's comfortability. So whoever the user is there, if they are very much good at what is debit and what is credit, they can be able to use with double entry mode. If that person is not been clear with what is debit and credit, so they can be able to use it with single entry mode. So what is that common thing in the contra, especially with the receipt and payment entry means it will be in the receipt entry, it will be debited either with cash or bank. In the payment, it will be credited with cash or bank. So that should be selected in account option. In single entry mode, in the account, it should be selected either cash or bank. So either you are paying through cash or bank or receiving it through cash or bank. So you are supposed to select it in the account. Whereas when you are going to pass it in double entry mode, you are supposed to credit first. That is, you are not going to select cash or bank first. So you are going to select the another ledger which is there in the transaction. So in this transaction, so I have to debit, I have to credit it with business capital account. Then I'm supposed to give the value as 10 lakh. Then it is taken with credit option. I can be able to change it to debit by typing it as D and press enter. It will change to debit. So you can be able to change it. So here I've received this capital through the cash. So I'll be selecting it as cash and give the value and press enter. So if debit and credit value are matching, then it will not allow to do further debit or credit option. If there is a mismatch in the balance with debit and credit, then it will ask you to either to debit it or credit it. Whichever the balance is imbalanced, the opposite one, it has to be balanced. Okay. So this is how you are going to pass the transaction in double entry mode. Now, if you pass the same entry in the single entry mode, how it looks like means you are going to press Control H change mode and check it out in the single entry mode. So this is how it looks. So that means if you are going to pass the entry in double entry mode, it will not double the value. It will be the same transactions value. So it is up to the user comfortability whether they are going to use it with single entry mode or double entry mode. Okay, so it will look like this. So again, if I press Control H, go to the double entry mode, so it will be like this. Hope everyone were able to understand with single entry mode and double entry mode transactions. So single entry mode and double entry mode option will be available for contra, receipt and payment. Only for these three voucher types, they have with these two types of modes, single entry and double entry, contra, receipt and payment. Okay, so we will enter. Then it's mandatory, as you all know, that for every transaction we are supposed to write with narration. So always this narration will be started with the word called being. So we can write anything as per our understanding. So narration, why it is going to helpful means after many days or many periods, if you are going to check the same transaction, you will come to know what is the purpose of passing this transaction. So you can get an explanation on this. So this is how we are supposed to pass the transaction. So the first transaction, it has been passed through receipt entry. So the next transactions, okay, so you are going to pass it. The next transaction was opening a bank account in SDFC Bank with cash of rupees 50,000. So which transaction has to be passed? Is it receipt, payment, contra, journal? Very good, it is contra. So the shortcut key for contra is F4. So we are going to press F4, and here whether it should be credited or debited. So credit with cash account. So the amount is 50,000. So one more important thing is you can have a look over here. For every ledger, the balance is shown below it itself. So before the cash balance was 10 lakh. So once I enter the value and press enter, you can see the balance, it will get reduced. Either it will increase or decrease. The balance will be shown directly in the entry level itself, so that you can come to know that how much balance do you have it. So if the value is showing anything with the black in color, then it is in positive. If it is showing in red in color, then it is in negative. Okay, so select with the other ledger. So give the value like this and press enter. So whenever there is a transactions related to bank ledger, you will be able to see this new screen, which is called as a bank allocation screen. Okay, so in which we are supposed to specify that in this bank how the amount is going or coming. So in this bank account, as per this transaction, the amount is going through cash. So you can get the cursor over here by using a backspace, and you can press space bar. So you will be able to get a list over here. So you can find it, which are the other transaction types can be done by using the bank ledger. So you can be able to select with same and click on show more to get more features. Okay, so now as per this transaction, I'm supposed to use with cash. Let me select with cash. And you have been asked what is the denomination you have been used to deposit the money inside the bank. So we are supposed to give it. So for example, if it is 50,000, let me give it for example as 20 of 2000 notes, and remaining there is a 10,000 rupees which I paid it with 500 rupees. So it should total up with exact value. There should be no difference in the screen. Then only it will take you out of the screen. Okay, accept the entry by entering with narration. Being cash deposited in SDFC Bank with, sorry, for opening account. with rupees 50,000. Accepted. So can anyone try to tell me that what are the other two entries? That is, one is commission received and another one is rent paid. So which are the voucher types I can use it for? Commission received, receipt. Very good. The other one is rent paid, payment. Very good. So please try to pass the transaction in this ways. First you create the ledgers, then you create the entries. Okay, so in the next session, that will be on next Wednesday, so we are going to discuss on other types of voucher types and the report wise. Okay, hope you were able to understand for today's session and yesterday's session. So if you have any doubt, you can raise it through WhatsApp group. Okay, thank you all, have a nice day, happy weekend.